Hello, welcome to English 101, Mesa College, for the fall 2023 semester. I'm Professor Robert Pickford, your instructor. I've been doing this a long time, in fact, longer than anybody, partly because I was working in a university computer lab when the internet came into existence. So obviously I've been at it a long time, and you probably can guess that I'm not in my 20s anymore, but time moves on. And this is why I'm on the calendar page for the class. It doesn't have to be your first stop, but please let it be your friend. It lists readings for the week, reading assignments. I do that for every Monday so you can get going. And please feel free to read ahead. I don't want you to be scrambling between work, other classes, other obligations. So, and by the way, this goes all the way through the semester, and I hope it'll be pretty handy. But let me go to the class homepage now, or home away from home, in a manner of speaking. Here it is, and besides what you can find on the calendar page, I give you a little to-do list for the week and when things need to be turned in. And keep an eye out for those due dates, but also please read the greeting I have. It'll change each week. It kind of summarizes what we're about, why we're doing it. And on that note, since this is a course and your enrollment in the course is kind of a contractual thing, here's the syllabus, which is something I want you to read for the first week of class. And you'll get some useful information there. You'll also see all class policies and requirements. Let me take you now to the modules page. This is where a lot of course content is. Here are the textbooks. If you notice from the course description online, it says no textbooks. That's because I did not submit a textbook order to the Mesa College bookstore. They charge way too much. Sorry, bookstore. I've used you for years, but my students need better. So, there are 3 books here. You can get 2 of them free if you follow the instructions. Now, this one is not free. It's about 48 bucks. Sorry, the publisher needed to be paid, and since I have a contract with that publisher because I'm the author of that book, I bargained them down from doing away with the print version to offering an ebook. But you know what? It's a great space. It really works. It helps students more than any other textbook on that topic. And I'll save you the description of the book for another time, but please read this first. And I put this right at the top and in bold, about the book and how to get 2 of them free. I like free, don't you? Okay, so here's why I run you through that, how it works, and a little bit about the books. A nice summary, and give it a read. It kind of tells you why we have these 3 books and why they matter for your learning in this course. And when you'll need them. Of course, you can also go to the calendar page and see when they're assigned, if that helps. But before you run out and spend your hard-earned cash on the books at some other fly-by-night website or someone that charges too much, think about getting the ebooks, because I can get them for you for nothing if you follow the instructions here. Okay? News you can use, I always say. And I know you work hard for your money just like I do. Elsewhere on the modules page, you'll see a few other things. I'm going to put the screencast there, and each week I will, in case you want to look at something I said in a previous week and compare it. There are reading guides here for strategic thinking and complex problem solving, one of our textbooks, partly because it's a little less readable than the other textbooks, and it's also because I want to teach you a better way to read college textbooks. So in the reading guide, I also walk you through ways to understand what you read better and eventually spend less time reading. And also I introduce what's going on in the chapter. So please use them when I do assign something out of that text. Won't be coming up the first week. And I will explain why I'm not starting with chapter 1 next time. And we're going to start with chapter 9 because it's a bit more readable and it gives you a better idea of the book. More on that later. Writer's Toolbox. And I give you some samples of format, how to write really good college level introductions. And I'm talking university level when I say college level in this case. Conclusions. And there's a grading contract for the first writing assignment, which you'll see on the assignments page or on the calendar. I use contract grading. In other words, if you fulfill all of the requirements on that course assignment, you score 100%. And if you don't quite get that way, I kind of explain that you can do fairly well, if not 100%, as long as you catch the lion's share of them. Here's some other web links, resources that I'll explain as we get going into the semester. And here, of course, are the screencasts. Now, these are old ones. I'm going to replace all of these, starting with the one right here, which is going to be a new one. And that's about it for now. Let me leave you all with the assignments page. Just another place besides the calendar page if you want to see all the assignments together. The writing assignments will come along as the weeks pass, so they're not all here, but they'll start to appear as we get through the semester. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have about that. Speaking of questions, let me leave you with this. See this discussions page? If you have a question for me about a class requirement, class policy, go to the chat room, which is not the regular weekly discussion, but it's where you can ask a question. And if you ask a question, you'll earn credit equal to one weekly quiz question, which is a pretty handy tool and incentive to get you to ask questions, but also, in case you don't do 100% on the reading quiz coming up at usually on Fridays, this will help you sleep a little bit better and feel a little bit less anxious. The reading questions there aren't coming later in the week, aren't there to embarrass you or anything. It just gives me an idea how well you're understanding what you read. You can't fail this class if you bomb the reading questions, but I want you to do really, really well with them, and I'll help you as if you struggle with them. Okay? Looking forward to a great semester with you, and by all means, I'd love to hear from you.